Live, it's the Bison Football Show. Valley News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Klieman.
Well, this was the scene last September as ESPN College Game Day came to Fargo to celebrate this historic run for NDSU football. Folks, they're coming back, and it's this week. The Bison did their part with a 2-0 start, and ESPN is coming back for more, and good for them. This 26-game winning streak deserves the attention of the college football world. We welcome to the set head coach Chris Klieman. And Coach, you know, now that you've been able to process the fact that game day is coming back, the game is over with Weber State, what do you think of game day coming back? It's great that they're giving the exposure to the school like this.
Absolutely. It's great for the community. It's great for our university. It's great for FCS football that we get to be showcased again.
You know, last year I think there were some recruits in town. It doesn't hurt the recruiting process either when you get that kind of exposure. Game day is as big as it gets in college football.
No question. A lot of the recruits that we're on will be watching that. We'll have some on campus, so we're looking forward to it.
You know, I think it maybe changed the perception of Fargo a little bit too nationally, and it helps the state, not just the school, but the city and the state as well. It's good for everybody, isn't it?
It is good for everybody, and we'll expect another big crowd. And it's great for our players to get to go down there and see the set and walk around and experience that. You would think a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but many of these kids are getting to do it a second time.
You know, and Game Day wants this to be the biggest event ever. They want it to be better than last year, so we encourage Bison Nation, and I'm sure they don't need any encouraging. We know Bison fans will be out, but we encourage you to go down and take part in that. Now, Weber State, the Wildcats out of the Big Sky Conference, the Bison played them this weekend, won the game. Certainly was not easy, though, was it? And I'm sure on tape throughout the week, you saw these guys a pretty good team.
This was a very good football team, and we've got them again at the Fargo Dome next year, but really physical team. They had really good athletes. The quarterback played well, and it's a new coach, new staff there, and they're moving in the right direction.
Well, let's break this down. In the first half, it was a beautiful scene. They had over 14,000 right up against the Wasatch Mountains in Utah. Great environment. First play, they came out, a little trickery here, and they get a nice catch.
Yeah, I think the young man makes a great catch. I thought Christian and CJ were in good shape. They made a play.
4th and 1, though, you get the push you need, you get the stop you need on that initial drive.
It was really critical that we were able to get out of there without letting them have any points, and Kyle Emanuel makes another big-time play.
Hey, good rhythm offensively early in the game. Second offensive drive, a nice boundary throw to Kerry Woods here.
Yes, I'm happy for Kerry. He's doing a really nice job, and Carson puts it on the numbers.
How about Andrew Bonnet? What a weapon on this bootleg kind of swing play. Tough to tackle, isn't he?
Well, he's so versatile. You know, he can play fullback, he can play tight end, he can go out in the flat and catch passes, and you're right, nobody wants to get in his way when he catches the ball.
That is for sure. And John Crockett finishes this off. Nice start to the game here. It's 7-0 early.
Great start, and great job up front. The Rams up front, Coach Riley does a great job with those guys and got a nice start there.
Hey, let's talk about their quarterback, Billy Green. He's a transfer from BYU, first year at Weber. Nice player.
He's a good player, and if you're transferring from BYU, you probably have a pretty good pedigree of throwing the football, and he did some nice things.
You know, and they had nothing to lose in this game. They were big underdogs, so they went for a couple of 4th down plays early in the game. This is a 4th and 4.
We expected them to take chances, and whether it's the fake field goal or maybe even a fake punt, they made some plays.
And they get a touchdown on this drive, actually. It's a 27-yarder.
Yeah, a good cut by their kid. A couple of our defenders, Colton and Trey, ran into each other, and he hit the sideline, and big game for him.
So now it's 7-7, first quarter now, back to the offensive side. It's R.J. Urzendowski, the true freshman. He gets his first catch here. Well,
one thing I liked is we spread the ball around quite a bit yesterday, and had a number of kids with 1 or 2 catches.
Now some adversity, though. A turnover here as the Bison turn it over. Carson Wentz with an interception here.
I think this was a 3rd and long, and we're probably trying to take a shot, maybe get a big completion, and their safety does a great job of reading eyes and making a play.
Yeah, good play, good break by their guy. Now, Kyle Emanuel, they just couldn't block this guy. They have a little momentum here, but Kyle kills it.
Great power rush there off the edge, and big sack, and got us out of that series.
Now, back to the offense now. The design keeper, Tim Polasek, used that a little bit in this game, didn't he?
Yes, he did. We've got to find ways to get Carson the football and have him run as well as throw, and it adds another dimension to our offense.
You know, it was a quiet day for Zach Raw, but it's worth noting 23 straight games with a catch. 30 out of 31 games in his career, he has a catch. Nice one right here. Good throw.
Yeah, great throw and catch. It was really good coverage, and Zach just pulled it away from the defender.
Kerry Woods, again, we talked about him earlier, but this is his second catch of the game. Another good one here.
Yeah, and we're looking for guys like Kerry or guys like Trevor and RJ to be able to step up and take some of the pressure off of Zach.
You know, it looked like this drive was going to lead to points, but again, another turnover right here.
Yeah, that's one we probably should throw away. I'm sure Carson would like this one back, but great learning experience for us, and we'll make sure and address it, but great play by their player.
You know what, though? The defense, as good as it is, they were pinned back because of where that interception took place, and I think this play of the game right here.
No question. You watch Kyle off the edge, runs a guy by, makes a big sack and a fumble, and then Carlton goes and picks up. It looks like he and CJ are maybe going to battle over it, and Carlton gets it and takes it in for a score. Big momentum changer.
Yep, and, you know, on the defense, we always talk about the speed, but guys like Travis Beck and Littlejohn who have that speed, they're also very powerful. This is a great 3rd and 1 stop by Beck.
Great job getting off the block, and Travis is really playing at a high level for us.
All right, that's the end of the first half, and, you know, the Bison, 14-7. Weber State had a little momentum. It's, you know, a big home game for them. So it's a close game here at the half. Wentz, 10 of 16. Crockett, 46 yards. Their quarterback had a nice first half. 3rd down conversions, though Weber State only 1 of 8 there in the first half. On the hot seat this week, the Gate City Bank hot seat, Carson Wentz. If you could have an endless supply of food, what would it be?
Karma rolls.
Nice. If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
I think I'm right here at home, whether in Fargo or Bismarck, North Dakota.
Favorite thing to do away from football?
Hunt.
Are you a pickup guy, SUV, or car?
Pick up for sure.
What would your worst nightmare be?
Probably being on fire or falling.
Yeah, good ones. Who's the quietest guy on the team?
Jesse Hines.
You're not the first person who said Jesse. 100 degrees or 20 below?
Probably 20 below.
Favorite thing about Coach Klieman?
A very personable guy and easy to get along with.
Describe the feeling during the tunnel walk here at the Dome.
There's not many things that match that feeling. Goosebumps, just a lot of excitement.
Welcome back to the show. Coach, what was halftime like? It was still a ball game, very tight ball game, physical game too.
Well, we talked about it. We'd have some adversity, and we definitely had that, and it was like a Valley game. It really felt like a Missouri Valley game on the road, and we needed to come out and have a great second half to get the victory. Yeah,
with the purple uniforms, it almost felt like Western Illinois a little bit. They were physical like them. Let's check out the second half here. Jeff Ilias, the tight end, gets the Bison off to a nice start offensively, a good catch in space here.
Yeah, we need to get Jeff involved. He's an exceptional receiver, and we're playing him at some tight end positions, but we've got a nice package for him.
No, good call to go for it here on 4th and 1, but it just turned out it didn't work out with a bobbled snap here.
Yeah, we bobbled the snap. This is something that was really critical because we thought we'd take it down and get some points or score, and we don't get the snap, and once again, momentum change and adversity for the defense.
You know, I thought a lot of times there was great coverage by the Bison defenders, but Green somehow would find a way to sneak it in. Here's a 22-yarder.
This is a good throw and catch. Chance got really good coverage, and that number 1, that wide receiver, is a really good play.
Good special teams play again. Special teams great this week. Field goal blocked by S.
Great job by S. Great job by Coach Kane designing it, and he mentioned to us we had to have this, and he did it.
Watch Kyle Emanuel here. Just a fantastic play. He absolutely runs over the tackle. We've seen it before in the first half, but this one, very impressive.
Really impressive. Takes him back, power rushing, runs through him, and makes a big sack.
You know, he's got to be considered one of the best in the nation, doesn't he? I mean, that's just impressive.
Well, he should be, and he's playing a lot more snaps this year, and hopefully he'll get all those accolades.
Hey, those runs that were 3-4 yards now starting to be 8-9-yard runs, aren't they?
Yeah, we're doing a good job up front, getting to the next level, and good run by John.
Hey, Darius Anderson out of the backfield makes a nice play here, almost scores on this one.
Yeah, this was a really good design of a play by Coach Polasek, and good catch by Darius. Try to keep his feet and score, but we're inside the 1-yard line.
You know, King Frazier is very good in these short yardage situations, isn't he?
He's really starting to come along, really impressing us. We've probably got to get the ball to King a few more times, but happy to get his first touchdown.
Well, a key sequence in the ball game right now. It's 21-7, but Weber State puts together a drive here. They hit 2 pass plays in a row here.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. They're getting into an empty backfield set, and quarterback's doing a nice job finding this open spot. Good tackle by Higgs, preventing a real long play, but good play by them.
You know, their skill guys had some speed. Their wideouts, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. It was hard to judge them after watching Arizona State, but these guys were a really good football team.
This is a 15-yard gain here. Now, this sets up a goal line stand. They get inside the 5, but the Bison really bow their neck here. A good play by DeLuca.
Great job by Nick. Really happy to see Nick come in and make a key play, and does a good job getting off the block. Christian forces him right, and great tackle by Nick.
They set up for a field goal. They decide to fake it, and this is a key play in the game.
Yes, it is. Carlton, who's our contained player, gets off the block, and this was a critical factor. We needed to keep them out of the end zone and keep our 2-score lead.
You know, that wasn't an easy tackle either. He had to lay out. That was an impressive finish to that play.
It was, but it was a kicker, and we all would have given him grief had he missed the tackle.
Good point, good point. John Crockett, 10 yards. John's starting to really churn out the yards now.
Yes, he is. Great job by the O-line up front and pushing the pile.
Vodlin's a good possession tight end too, isn't he?
Well, Vodlin's having a great early season for us, and we're excited about him moving forward.
You know, Keller, this is a good kick. It's a 38-yarder. Field goal would have been good from 50, I think.
Really happy with Adam. You know, he had off-season surgery. He's got a lot of pop in his leg and kicking with a lot of confidence.
You know, so that really kind of broke their back. It's 24-7. We're going to finish with a couple of sacks here. Brian Schatz and Alex Hahn. The defense really started to pin their ears back now.
Yeah, really good job by our defensive line coaches rotating our linemen to keep guys fresh late in that game. Good play by Schatz.
Yeah, Alex Hahn, nice play here as well, and he got more plays, didn't he?
Yes, good job by Alex taking that edge, and he's going to be a factor moving forward.
All right, final score. It's another road victory. Road victory is not easy to come by, and the Bison grinded one out, 24-7. Wentz 13 of 22. Crockett again goes for 100 yards, 12 tackles for Little John. Red zone offense, Weber State, not very good. NDSU executed in the red zone. That is winning football. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game. They weren't satisfied.
They were a good team. They fought hard. You know, defensively they were a hard-nosed team, and we're just happy to come down here and get out here with a win.
It just out-physical us. You know, they did some tricky things that we did, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a couple times. And as a championship team and where we want to be at the end of the road, we can't have that.
Just too many missed assignments throughout the game, including myself. I missed a few. So we just sharpened that up and just try to play a little faster, get to the line, because they were kind of quick counting us a little bit, kind of getting us on our heels.
There was some adversity out there offensively as a whole, and then obviously my 2 poor decisions. Just got to shake them off and learn from them and not let it happen again.
At the end of the day, we just wanted to establish our dominance. And I don't think we truly did that until late, like maybe in the 3rd quarter, somewhere around there. And that's something that we really wanted to come in here and show. And at the end of the day, we had a W. We're excited. We're happy. You know, we're 2-0, and we're ready to get back out there and get back to work.
Never satisfied. That's a sign of a champion. Well, time for our Nodak Mutual Insurance Player of the Game. Defense was the name of the game in Utah this past weekend. In fact, Kyle Emanuel has to be the early favorite for the Buck Buchanan Award for the nation's best defensive player. Through 2 games, his numbers are staggering. 5 sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss, and Emanuel is also a leader in every sense of the word.
Might have been the most productive. I don't know. I had some mistakes out there. I don't think there's ever been a game where I've played perfect, and you know, as a team collectively, we obviously needed to play better. But you know, I was pretty happy with the outcome, obviously, and kind of how we fought back. You know, that was a tough team, tough opponent, especially on the road. I was really happy with the team.
You know, Coach, it was really a tough choice. Kyle was so good, but Carlton Littlejohn as well. And let's talk about Littlejohn a little bit. You know, he made a lot of plays in the game that don't show up in the stats. You know, maybe the blocked or the fake field goal goes down as just a tackle, but it's much bigger than that. He makes big plays.
Yeah, he's an impact player for us. And Carlton's another one that came off of off-season knee surgery that is really playing at a high level. And you hear all these upperclassmen talk, a bunch of humble guys that are very hungry to keep improving our football team.
You know, I think what strikes me about Littlejohn is he can support the run. He can come up in the gap and make that big stop. He has the speed as well. He has the all-around package, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He can play inside. He can play outside. He always tells me he could be our best safety, too. But we'll keep Higgs and Duds back there.
Now, Littlejohn played well, but there's some adversity at defensive end. Mike Hardy's out for a little while, but, you know, some guys are stepping up. Hahn's stepping up, and, you know, Ambrosius is stepping up. But also you had to pull the red shirt of Greg Menard. Talk about that a little bit in the decision process there.
Well, we felt we needed to have another guy defensive end. Greg's done a great job on the scout team, and so we brought him up this week, and we don't know how long Mike's going to be out. So we played Greg, and we think he'll just keep improving, leading us into conference play.
Yeah, some great young players at the defensive end slot, no doubt. Let's talk about the defense again a little bit. You use the nickel quite a bit, maybe, I don't know, a little bit more in this game than normal because they were really hitting those short passes. Let's break this nickel play down a little bit. Trey Dempsey got some time in the nickel. Talk about this.
Well, we try to show a two high or two shell look, and then in this case we move Christian down and play man coverage. We're fortunate because our safeties can play on some wide receivers, and the nickel's been a part of our package for as long as I've been here.
Some chalk talk for you fans here. This is fun to break this down and see how the Bison defense works. Talk about this play.
This is just our base cover two. Great break by Jordan Champion, getting the football out, and we're going to have to probably play a little bit more nickel moving forward, but I was excited for Champ, who's now playing some of that nickel role where last year he was always a corner.
You know, in the past years, the nickel position has been so key. It's been, you know, Brian Shepard was so good at that. How do you fill that role this year, and who is kind of stepping into that role and standing out?
Well, we're playing Travis Beck a lot in nickel, so we don't have to substitute, but when we do substitute, we bring in Trey Dempsey, and Trey's done a really good job at corner, and then it allows us to move Champ inside to play the nickel spot. So we've got a couple of ways to do it, and we've got to keep utilizing both ways, too.
Now, Trey Dempsey's a name that fans maybe don't know a lot about yet, but talk about him a little bit and what his talents are.
Trey's a really good tackler. He's an aggressive player. He's a really smart kid, and Trey's getting better with each game and feeling more and more confident. And for us to be successful, it's guys like Trey, it's guys like Alex, it's guys like Nick DeLuca that our fans are hearing more about. But those guys are going to be the difference as our season moves forward.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No, special teams were much better this week, weren't they?
They were much better. Tom Barneson kicked for us. He kicked off. We wanted to get Barney in the game, and he boomed a bunch of them out of the end zone. We were much better down covering. C.J. Smith had a nice punt return, so we emphasized it this week, and I think the guys were much better.
Hey, Ben LeCompte is so good at what he does, his craft, his punting, his kicking. He takes it serious. He's our feature story this week. We'll have that for you next. Stay with us. The Bison have a secret weapon that teams no doubt overlook when preparing for NDSU. Ben LeCompte can change the game in an instant with his talents at punting and kicking. Whether it's kicking, punting, in this week's Olaf Anderson Construction feature story, Jamal Spencer takes us inside the special teams brilliance of Ben LeCompte.
Punters get a tough rap. Some feel that while the team toils away in the trenches, specialists take it easy and relax on the sidelines. That's not the case for Bison punter Ben LeCompte.
You can never practice too much as a specialist. There's just no way, especially as a punter. And so I work on my drop, I work on my leg swing, I work on my steps.
I know one thing I admire a lot about Ben is he's a lot like me. He's a perfectionist. He likes to be really honed in with every little detail of his game. So that's one thing I respect about him, and he's doing a heck of a job for us.
The junior has quietly become one of the best punters and kickoff men in the country. Last season, he was named all-conference after averaging 43 yards per punt, fourth best in school history. His hang time has become so consistent that out of 52 punts last season, just 8 were returned.
The best thing about him is he knows how to put the ball, whether it's we're trying to sky punt it and put it inside the 10. He does an excellent job doing that, better than anybody in the country.
I think Ben has a chance to go down in NDSU history as obviously one of the top specialists that we've had. You know, I know his future's bright and he's got a year left. I think there's still room for development and growth.
The Barrington, Illinois native spends the offseason working out with Cole's kicking camps in Whitewater, Wisconsin, and down in Georgia. His goal is to become the best punter in school history, but he says he's not there yet.
You know, I think Dragosevich and Probitz, man, they were masters at their craft. And, you know, right now, I'd like to be considered up with the greats, but I still think I have a lot of room to go before I get there.
As for this season, he's taking on a larger leadership role.
I mean, it's my 4th year here, 3rd year playing. I'm starting to feel obligated to take a lead. It's not just obligation. I feel like I want to take a lead on the special teams. I think they like the fact that I take it so seriously and that I really take pride in what I do.
For the Bison Football Show, I'm Jamal Spencer.
Well, how valuable is his punting?
Well, he is a weapon, and like I told him before the Iowa State game, he needs to be an impact player, no different than John Crockett or Kyle Emanuel, and he is an impact player for us, and excited about Ben throughout the rest of this year and through his career. And the other thing people don't realize, he's our holder too,
yeah,
which is a tough skill, and he hasn't mishandled any, and I'm really happy with how Ben's playing.
His hang time on punts is impressive. In this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, we look at the offensive line. Redshirt freshman Austin Coonert out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a two-way star in high school. Coonert has settled into a big role on this year's offensive line. Coonert is part of the 7-man rotation that helps the Bison ground game tick.
I'd say my physicality. You know, I've noticed that I've been a lot more physical on the field, and I take every rep like it's going to be my last. We all know that we need to get better at specific things, so we all know what exactly we have to work on, and just having all that rotation and all those fresh legs coming in and out all the time is going to be one of our advantages.
You know, Coach, he's one of those guys that needed to step up, and he is stepping up.
Yeah, he really is. It's difficult to play as a redshirt freshman in the offensive line, so obviously his future is really bright. He should be a 4-year player for us, and Austin's doing a really nice job.
Hey, stay with us. We'll break down Incarnate Word, the next opponent for the Bison. Well, Incarnate Word comes to the Fargo Dome this week. Incarnate Word out of the Southland Conference and FCS counter. Talk about the Cardinals a little bit, Coach.
Well, we'll learn a little bit more about them when we start breaking down film today, but they're in the Southland Conference.
Yeah.
As everybody knows, our first two championships were beating Sam Houston out of that league, so it's a good league.
Yeah, and it's an FCS counter. There's so many teams out there that aren't playing all counters. That's important when it comes later in the season.
Absolutely. It's really important, and you know, we're not playing a Division II or an NAI. We're playing an FCS school, and that means a lot to our kids.
Well, great job on the 2-0 start. Congratulations. We'll enjoy game day this week. Fans go out and enjoy game day. Coming to Fargo for a second straight season, that is fantastic for everybody. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next week.